Hi guys, welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Thanks for joining me today. In front of me is a Garda complete lower kit, which is for a Tokyo Marui Glock 17, 22 or 34 gas blowback pistol. Quite a mouthful. This is the FDE version. They also do a black version, and this is also the Euro version. Now, Garda have actually done 3 different versions of this. The reason is so they can sell it all over the world, because there are various licensing and compliance issues that they have to deal with. Very boring stuff, but ultimately you've got a US version, which from everything I've seen is just blank. You've got a G version, which replicates the WE style, so instead of having the Glock logo, it just has a G there. And then you've got the Euro version, which to my knowledge is the only one that is just the correct Glock markings, which that's what you want. If you're going to be buying an aftermarket lower, you want the proper markings on it, don't you? So, enough of me talking, let's get into the box. Let's see what you actually get. Up there, so you've got something to look at. Right, so what do you get? You get the lower frame, and you get a little bit telling you where you need to apply lubrication. As with all of any kind of gas pistol or gas anything, I tend to use silicone spray. It's the lightest, and it's not going to slow your pistol down. If you start putting on like heavy grease or anything like that, you're just going to get slow performance, and what you'll end up doing is upgrading all of your springs, and it will just damage all your internals. So don't do that. Anyway, I digress. Here it is in front of us. I've actually added a magwell to it, which adds a little bit of weight. It comes in at 198 grams, if the camera will focus, compared to this one here, which is 270 grams. Now, being as this is just basically what comes out of the box, this is the hammer assembly that you get. It appears to all be steel. Everything there appears to be good quality. It's all polymer, it's all steel. Yeah, it's good. This version here this is another Garda lower, but it's not a Garda complete lower. So this is just the 30-pound polymer shell. Inside are the original parts from a Tokyo Marui Glock 17, with the exception of this hammer and the sear, because I managed to break them about 2 weeks ago. Probably too much dry firing. I must stop doing that. But this video isn't just going to be comparing the weight of these two. So you've got about 70 gram weight difference between them. So this being slightly lighter, this being slightly heavier. The reason for it, obviously, you can see the rails or the runners that the slide is going on here, and compared to this one, where they're obviously partially cut away, they've got bits of polymer here. So it's the new style design, but it's still only for a Gen 3 lower. I don't think they do a complete lower for a Gen 4 yet, but you know, Garda, they'll probably have one out next week, and then I'll look stupid. Okay, right. So why did I go and buy this when I've already got one of these? Well, let's put these to one side for 1 second. This should explain the reason. So there are 4 reasons. This is the first one, which is a low-key tactical ready fighter Glock 17 RMR slide. So this has currently got it used to have a Mac nozzle in it. It currently has a Garda Glock 18 nozzle. Obviously it needs an 18 because it's RMR cut, along with a Guns Modify 9-ball. Who knows? Whoever do that unit. I've got it in a couple of other ones that it's gone out of my brain. It's gone out of my brain. Sorry about that. And this is 125% recoil spring. So I gave you a glimpse of my second problem. There you go. And this is a steel Garda Glock 34 slide. This one's got a Volante blowback unit in it. So that's 2 slides. Then I've got this one, which is another Garda, another steel, this time a 17. It's this is the old style, so you can see how much I've had to machine this slide in order to get it to fit on my original lower. And then obviously I still have my original TM plastic slide, which works fine. I'm not going to talk about this one anymore, simply because if you're buying a complete lower to use your plastic slide on, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. That's madness, absolute madness. They're far too expensive to be doing that kind of thing. If you're spending, okay, I might as well cover this now. I'll cover the cost of it. So one of these in the UK is going to set you back £189 is how much I found it for. So it's basically 190 quid or £195 if you want it delivered to your door, which at the moment in a pandemic, you don't have a choice. You have to get it delivered. So 195 quid in the UK. You can go on to Rainbow 8, which is what I did. I paid about £115. Still a lot of money. Bearing in mind you can buy an entire Tokyo Marui Glock 17 or 22 or 34 all for about 130 quid. So the idea of spending pretty much the cost of the pistol, I mean, this was about £15 delivery from Rainbow 8, so the total cost was about £130. So for the cost of buying yourself a Tokyo Marui Glock 17, you have half a gun. So it better be worth it. Spoiler alert, it's not. Right, okay. So enough of me bitching. Right, let's talk about the construction on it. It's I actually really like the polymer that they use for their lowers, which is why I've got this one here. I do see the value in it. I'll just say, so all four of those slides that I just showed you, they all work on this, every single one of them, and they were all drop-in other than this steel monstrosity at the back, which, as you can see, there's only half a slide left. I've filed it away so much. But you can see it's pretty old, it's pretty worn. Glock has been my go-to probably for the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. Before that I was on a SIG, and I recently upgraded my SIG, so I'll do a video about that shortly. You will notice this is actually the Garda hammer, because a couple of weeks ago I managed to break it. Like I said, too much dry fire. So this works with all four of the uppers, which is where this one fails to do so. Now, this claims to be a drop-in, and for the original TM slide, it is, but you'd be mad to do that. And it also works absolutely perfectly on my Loki slide. So, demonstrate that now. There we go. So, you might as well talk about the trigger pull, seeing as we're here. So, it's pretty heavy, but not unpleasant. It's the sort of thing that you're not going to accidentally brush it. Like, the original TM trigger that's in here is like super, super, super light. This one, you know that you're bringing it up to the wall. Like, that's really kind of positive. So just to confirm, there isn't a mag in here. So that's good. So you get to the wall, and then there's a little bit of creeping before the break. But the actual break itself is pretty clean. So I'll do that. I'll show you the reset. Pretty good. Tell you what, put my specs on, and even though there's no BBs in this mag, there should be some gas in it. So great, that's what I paid for. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. So, take this glass off. So let's try it on the other ones. Boom. That's as far as we get. Now, I don't know exactly what it feels like it's hitting against something. because this does actually work on my other lower, albeit it's not the nicest, the trigger reset on this is, that's like a Glock 26 where it kind of goes back to the forward position. It's really odd. But again, you know, I'll put my glasses back on. And again, this is a Garda lower, but not a complete one, with a steel Garda slide. So it does work, but not with this. Okay, that's fine. Let's try it on the 34 steel. Seems pretty good. Yep. So what we have here is a complete Garda lower, untouched other than me putting a magwell on it, and a Garda upper, and they don't appear to work. What's worse, let's see what happens when you put some BBs through it. So I've only got a couple in here. We don't need many to demonstrate this. So correctly in battery there. Let's see what it does. So as you can see, the chamber is empty. That fired 2 rounds. I don't really know what to say other than that, to be perfectly honest with you. I was pretty disappointed. I was expecting this, and it was advertised to be a complete drop-in. And I tell you what, after getting just the Garda polymer lower, I was really impressed. The transfer of the TM internals into the Garda lower, piece of piss. I was expecting it to take me an afternoon. I was disappointed that it was all over in about 20 minutes. It was really quick to do, and it was actually kind of fun. So when it comes to the cost of this, I think I said that just buying a polymer grip is going to set you back about 30 quid. Now, bear in mind, buying a Tokyo Marui Glock 17, 22 or 34, brand new, untouched by anyone, like straight out of the box with the plastic slide, is going to set you back about 130 quid. So for 130 quid to buy a TM Glock and then switch it out for a polymer lower, I really don't see what the advantage of buying the complete lower set is, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, it filled a function for me because I had 4 slides and only 1 lower, and I wanted to be able to like maybe run a couple of Glocks. But as it turns out, the one that I modified myself is the only one that works all the time with everything. And I kind of just don't think it's just not good enough, basically. So my loadout has basically had to change because of this. So this is now how I run my Glock. I did want to run it with the black lower here, but I need that spare because it fits everything. And this Garda lower that's supposed to be all singing, all dancing, it's a drop-in. Just pop it in, no filing, nothing required. Well, yeah, if you want full auto fire. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak from my own experience. I'm very glad that I didn't pay £190 for this, but I still think you know, having paid £130, I still think I've paid £100 too much, to be perfectly honest. I should have gone out, bought another TM pistol, and just bought a Garda lower. That's what I should have done. So yeah, there you go. It says it's a drop in. I'm not convinced by that. I think I've shown you some evidence, you know, that your own eyes can see that it doesn't in fact do exactly what it says on the tin. And actually, you know, for the cost of it, buy another gun. Buy another gun. And the best part of it is the quality of the polymer, which is undoubtedly very good. But that's worth the £30 price tag that you pay for just the polymer lower. That's fine. I don't personally see the point in buying this. Do I regret it? A little bit. Yeah, maybe. But it has meant that I've got to warn other people about it. And I don't know, if Garda ever see this, like, maybe you should, if you're going to say that it's compatible with all TM compatible slides, try making it compatible with your own. Anyway, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, think about subscribing. Like I said, I have more videos coming up covering a whole range of subjects, some of them boring, some of them hopefully not. Anyway, see you on the next one.